Phil Spencer, head of Xbox, has just acknowledged that it's been too long since Xbox's last big first-party game. So we're going to talk about a couple of things that Phil Spencer said on the Same Brain videocast and go through a few bits here and just kind of talk about the fact that he's admitted this. This is great news that he's openly admitted that it's been too long since the last first-party Xbox game. And in the end of the day, that's huge news. He's talking about comparing the games that they've had to Nintendo's and PlayStation games in this article. And it's important that we cover this because him saying this is a kind of big thing because it's kind of he's agreeing with the consumers. He's taking note of all the complaints that we've been giving about the lack of first-party games this generation so far. So he said, one thing we've definitely heard loud and clear is it's been too long since we've shipped what people would say is a big first-party game, Phil Spencer said on the Same Brain videocast. We can have our excuses with COVID and other things, but in the end, I know people invest in our platform and they want to have great games. We're excited about 2023 and we've talked about games that are coming, he said. Those games are tracking well and we're out of what COVID did to the production schedule. And as an industry, we have fewer games this holiday than we've had in a while. When you just think about the launches, Call of Duty is coming, God of War is coming, which is great. Nintendo's had a fantastic year, but in general, I would say we've been a little light. But I look at 2023 and there's a great lineup of games coming that I'm excited about. Getting our first real Xbox first-party games out of Bethesda, having them ship with Redfall and Starfield will be a lot of fun. Spencer went on to claim that Xbox was doing a lot more work on PC and that it would launch a big update for its Xbox app in a few weeks. So, this is great news. He's talking openly with us, as Phil Spencer very much does in his own coded kind of way, but he is talking about the fact that we have had a serious lack of games this year. This has been one of the worst years, in my opinion, for Xbox in terms of games released. Like, I don't think, I sit here and I think, well, what have they actually released that's been good that I've really enjoyed this year? And there's nothing. Obviously, Forza Horizon 5 was last year. The Hot Wheels DLC was good, but that's not an official brand new game release. So it has, all in all, been extremely disappointing. There's not been a fantastic game that Xbox has released from their first-party studios. It's just not been good. And this is what it all boils down to, is him admitting this, him openly talking to us, saying he's taken on the criticism from all the fans, he's heard what we're saying, and he wants to do better. And he is right, there is a very good lineup for 2023. Obviously, one of the biggest ones, just being Starfield alone, is a huge thing. And Redfall, at first, I really wasn't keen on that game, but I'm not going to lie, it looks like really good, and I'm really excited for that game now. It was one that I wasn't too excited to see, to be honest. It looked like a typical game, and I'm just glad that it's not, and it looks like it's something that's going to be actually doing pretty well. And then I'm glad at the bottom of the article as well that he's doing a lot more work on PC. As a PC player myself, there's going to be an update to the Xbox app in a few weeks as well. So it's just great news all around this article. But this is the big thing, is that he's taking on note, he's taking on criticism, saying that he's heard the people, he understands that the games have not been there for the consumers, for the people that have bought the platform that's behind me. There's not been enough to play. Yes, the Game Pass stuff's been great. We've been getting games brought to Game Pass like A Plague's Tale, but what we really want is some of the best Xbox first-party titles, and where they put all that money into the company like Bethesda, we want to start seeing those games. And as much as he doesn't want to be the person to sort of blame COVID, he does say COVID has been a problem. It's caused the delay from Starfield launching the end of this year to now being pushed back to next year. But even so, even if Starfield came out this year, it's not like it would have been a great year for Xbox still. It still would be at the end of the year, and it's kind of rolling into next year at that point. So it's very, very disappointing. It's not been a fantastic year for them, and we've just got to hope that 2023 is going to be better. It seems like it's got a far better lineup, and I'm excited for what Xbox has to come. I mean, you look at PlayStation, we've really, since the launch of PlayStation, we've had some fantastic games. Even Demon's Souls was a great launch title. I had a fantastic time with that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was actually a great game, one of the best looking games in my opinion. Obviously, you've had a new Horizon game, you've had a new Miles Morales game. They've had a great launch lineup. It's been fantastic for them, and even this year they've had some decent games. Obviously, there's other stuff I haven't mentioned, like they've had Returnal. There's other stuff too, Sackboy, and more Uncharted, not Uncharted, Last of Us Part One, the remake. Obviously, it was a bit of a controversial thing. Still a good game. I personally enjoyed it, but the fact is that they've had. Have I got a cut on my neck? I don't know. I think it is. It's been a great launch lineup and a year for PlayStation. To be honest, not the best year for PlayStation by any means, but definitely better than Xbox. As I said, there's not really been anything that noteworthy that Xbox has actually done this year, and we've just got to wait until next year, unfortunately, to get more titles. This is one of the reasons that I keep saying in my videos recently is why I've moved to PC, because you're getting games like drip fed to you, like you're getting Uncharted that we've just had recently. It's been fantastic. We've had Spider-Man this year. We've got Miles Morales coming. We've just had Sackboy on PC. We've obviously got all these Xbox games when they come next year, but we're also getting a lot of Sony titles next year. Like maybe we'll get God of War Ragnarok on PC next year. They said a year later, right? So that would be a year later. This is one of the reasons I've switched to PC, because when I have all consoles, as you see behind me, as I get criticized so much for saying, so I can play on any of them. But personally, I like collecting on one platform, especially digitally now, because it makes so much sense to do that. I love Steam, building up my library there and just having everything readily and available installed on my PC. So I like playing on one platform as my main system. So now I just pretty much play PC unless there's the one-off game that doesn't come. And even God of War, I just literally will wait. I'm not going to play it at launch. I'm just going to wait until next year when it comes to PC, hopefully, or the year after, or whenever it comes. I'd rather wait and play full 4K, over a 60 FPS. It's just going to be amazing. So I can't wait for that. But getting back to the topic of this video, we've got to wait. Phil Spencer is admitting it's been not great. It's been way too long, and that's part of the fix, is people talking about it, people raising it. There's been so many Xbox guys who've been saying it's ridiculous. Loads of Sony guys have been obviously taking the mick and causing issues there, but people are talking about it on places like Twitter, bringing the attention to Phil Spencer, saying, it's been too long. You're not doing enough. You've making all these acquisitions. It's fantastic news. Like you're getting the future ready, but we really need something. This is not looking great, and not having release dates and things getting pushed back and not having a great year on the Xbox platform doesn't give people the value of what they've just bought. And then hearing the news like recently, as we discussed last week, of the price increases, the Game Pass increases, like it's just. They need to be careful, but it's good that he's come out, he's acknowledged things like this, and he's going to push to get more games on the Xbox platform for next year. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think they've had a good year this year? Do you think PlayStation's had a good year this year? Do you think the Xbox has been a disappointment so far? Are you excited for games like Starfield? Let me know down in the comments. I'm always interested to hear your opinions. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my content, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now.